All right, so adventurous day for me. I had my second live radio broadcast until 12 o'clock. Then I had to head down to my hometown to pick my aunt up for my daughter's birthday and a party tomorrow. During that process, I decided it was going to be a good idea to drive through my old neighborhood in Levittown, Golden Ridge, and drive by my childhood house, which across the street from my childhood house is another house that always had a wither wheel in it. As you can just like this one right here. Yeah, just like this one right here. And long story short, I was driving through, and as a force of habit, I looked in my rear view mirror to see if it was still hanging out of the second floor, and it was not. So at first it was a sign of extreme disappointment. However, I couldn't help but notice there was also a dumpster and what looked like a construction crew outside of said house. Now, as you can probably put two and two together at this point in time, the case got a little beat up yet, but right across the street from my childhood house, I've been looking at this unit my whole entire life since I was about 5 years old. I stopped and talked to one of the guys. I said, "Hey, listen," and I said, "I know it's a long shot, but is that old air conditioner by chance hasn't been taken away yet?" And he said, "No, it's too heavy for me to carry. It's sitting up on the second floor. I'm waiting for the scrappers to come in and get it because they have a whole bunch of scrap in the freaking house." And I'm like, "Well, can I have it?" And he's like, "Yeah, please take it." So, long story short, I rescued the unit that I have been looking at forever. That was across the street from the house, and this is the last vintage unit in that short block of houses left. Both the Sears cold spots, 6 vents were gone back in the early 2000s. My childhood Emerson was removed in 1998. There's a Hot Point Super Thrust in the other house across the street from me that was removed in the late 90s. The GE Super Thrust, the 3 houses down, has been long gone. The large chassis Sears cold spot was gone before my Emerson was. So this is the only remaining one left, and I saved it. That being said, the guy said it didn't work. And so we're going to find out if that's actually true. Now, there's 2 possibilities that I can think of off the top of my head. The obvious one is that the thermostat is, the knob is missing. So you probably set to a low setting, or that this cover is a little bit loose because the foam is dry rot, so you can't push. Oh, now it's working. But before the button was getting hung up on the shelf, so I wasn't able to push the cool buttons in all the way. So I'm thinking you got 1 of 2 possibilities. Now, it is suffering from a pretty decent case of molded plug disease. It is a 10,000 BTU unit. There's the model number information. Efficiency isn't too bad, but like I said, it's going to draw a lot less than that once it builds head pressure. It's got a 3-row evaporator coil, 3-row condenser coil. At first glance, I thought the base pan was mint, which it looks it. But you get to this side, there's a little bit of rot, but nothing too crazy, nothing I won't be able to gut up and fix.
Something angle grinder the lines.
Or you can angle grind the lines. But yeah, motor spins freely. It was run without a filter, and you can tell. But I mean, yeah.
It's like a plug-in plug.
Bro, you must be joking. There we go, we're good. I'm going to assume it's not going to blow up because the guy said he tried it and he said it turns on but doesn't blow cold air. So it does have a Tecumseh AJ compressor, which I don't know if you can see the tag or not.
That's going forever.
But it's a 1964. Oh, there you go. So it's a D Dayton, maybe? I don't know. What motor starts with a D? Made on first shift. J would be October. 29 would mean October 29th. And 1964. It was made October 29th, 1964. So probably installed, I'd say spring of 1965 would be, so 60 years ago.
Yeah.
Probably almost to the day, honestly, within a couple months. So anyway, without further ado, let's start the fan first. I can actually turn the heater off now. It's warm enough to where we don't really need it per se. That and I know I'm pretty low on propane. Freaking stinks, I know that.
Delicious.
And I'm going to attach some pictures of the unit that I took, as well as the other unit that I'm going to be getting from the property, which is even more, which is considerably more rare than this. And I've honestly never seen one before. I don't recognize that front grille. I can tell by the outside that what it is. It's a McGraw Edison, but I've never seen that interior grille before. So once this kicks off, we'll get a good idea on what the noise level is on it. Damper still works. The most important feature. But yeah, pretty wild. I just so happened to freaking drive through my hometown neighborhood at the right time. That's quiet for 10,000 BTUs. Like I said, for some reason the big ones are quieter. Probably because of the thicker evaporator. It has to be. That's the only thing I can think of. Because the little ones are, the smaller ones are actually kind of screamers for the time period.
I prefer the minute mount over the small chassis slide outs.
Yeah.
I think the minute mounts have a better sound for being loud. If you were to choose one.
Yeah, but the deep chassis feathers, you ain't gonna beat those.
No.
You're probably like the one I have, like the 6s or 7s. They're loud, they're noisy.
Yeah.
If you have a tiny evaporator.
This chassis puts the small BTU screamers versus true minute mount.
If I had to take a guess, I actually feel like the smaller ones have a higher RPM and a smaller coil. I mean, that coil gets balls ass freaking cold. Don't get me wrong, but they're noisy.
It's terribly inefficient for the minute mounts because they just start.
But like I said, by the time you get the room cooled down, you build head pressure. It's probably not as bad as you think it is. There you go. It's about to kick off. You know what I could do is that. Yeah, it's not blowing hot no more. 10,000 BTUs, dude, that's quiet. Try it on high. Yeah, see, that's what happened. The button's not going in all the way. It's not bad on high either.
I'm surprised there's this much air moving through for how dirty the fan is.
Oh yeah, you know that thing's blocked.
I wonder how blocked it is.
Oh, I guarantee it's blocked. All right, here goes nothing. Ready for the AJ shake? It's not trying to start the compressor. There's no bog down on the motor.
You got a tiny flathead in here?
Yes, I do.
Like tiny.
It's in here somewhere.
There we are.
Got it. Kenny, do the honors.
There we go.
Nothing wrong with it.
Well, I don't want to eat it.
I'm telling you, there's nothing wrong with it.
Alright, fine, you win. It's already cold. But it's also cold in here.
Yeah, but not that cold. Oh yeah, you can feel that's already freaking. Holy shit, dude. Yo, feel that. That's crazy. Yep, nothing wrong with it. This whole entire thing is freaking freezing already. Oh, hell yeah, dude. There ain't nothing wrong with it. And that's that quiet without the freaking cover on it. There goes all your freaking, It didn't have the AJ shape. Dude, it is that new that the spring's not even broken in yet. Oh, look, dude, look. Yo, show me. You gotta show my Facebook. Make sure I'm in. Wait for it. Tell me what?
Oh, yeah.
That's awesome.
That's a happy papa right there.
And I felt bad. I didn't tell my wife I gave him $100 for it. Well, dude, think about it. If you want to know he's serious about, I said, you get me that McGraw lettuce, and that's another $100 for you.
Why not?
Yeah.
Why not?
Oh my
Do it again. Do it again. Come on.
When I tell you that it's balls ass fucking cold, I mean it is balls ass fucking cold.
Oopsie.
Like that's actually kind of painful to keep your hand in front of that.
You can see it's actually starting to frost up right there, just because it's freaking cold.
Yeah, but we warmed it up in here a little bit with the freaking heat running. Oh, yeah, look at that, dude. This whole entire thing's frosting over. And we're gonna throw this away.
That's the society we live in. Throw it away because it ain't brand new.
This thing will still be running when that one they replaced it with breaks.
Yep.
Guaranteed.
Yep. I'm gonna stand over here where it's less cold. It is still April.
Yeah, look at that. Even the front of it's starting to.
It's getting wider on video.
Can you see the freaking the fog?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
It
yeah.
shows up on the camera.
Mhm.
Oh, shit. I'm starting to feel bad for it. Let's give that freaking compressor a chance to defrost. It
It
don't
made it
matter.
even worse.
I'm easily amused. I can't believe how good that thing sounds though.
Kind of jealous. No, I'm kidding.
Like it honestly, legitimately sounds awesome. I'm not gonna lie to you, Joe. I do think it's relatively low hours compared to for how old it is.
Mind you, folks, he is saying low hours when I can touch fins right here.
Fair enough.
As I dig in my whole finger.
I'd say it's just as quiet as that one.
I can push a button.
They're on a different circuit. Go for it. The startup's going to be a little bit freaking loud. Yeah, that one has the AJ shake. That one doesn't.
So we have dueling AJs now.
Want to have try AJs?
Is that a separate circuit over there?
Yeah.
Why not? Set records. Let's do it.
Boom.
Right?
Whoops. We have an 8. Oh no, the cold spot's a pancake. That reminds us that we have 4 AJs running.
What other AJ do you, well, we got a B in the basement.
B in the basement,
AJ, AU.
8W out here, and 2 AUs. Well, actually, soon to be 2 B series. That's going in the kitchen. So you have 3 AJs running. This one here is the quietest though.
It is.
You can see your breath in this fucking thing too. Yep.
I didn't catch that one. Try harder. I smell more hot air. Oh, it's really frosting over now.
I'm easily amused.
You know what's neat though? You can see how much is not evaporating until it gets just there and it's just starting to truly evaporate off.
I bet if you let that freaking run for a little bit,
Oh, it'll
maybe-
build up. Yeah, it'll build up.
The suction line's not freezing up though.
Enough heat's coming out of the refrigerator for it to not freeze up right there at the very end
That's
of the
probably
video.
for that big ass freaking condenser, I bet. That's freaking. It's warm. It's not hot, but it's.
There's no load. What? It's
dude,
not flat.
With all honesty, dude, this thing will probably do the job of a freaking modern 12 to 14 can. I bet you. That's fucking freezing. I do. When I tell you, I do believe that the older units are conservatively rated. I bet you they are.
Here's a goal I want to do, all of us, if we can. What the test Frederick did.
Put it in a 30-degree room.
Yes. It'd be neat to someone like, say we make a weekend out of it.
Well, I
Pick
wanna
your
build-
best week.
Well,
pick
I
your
told
best
you.
unit.
I told you I want to build a testing chamber out there.
Yeah.
I mean, I'll have a unit permanently installed for when I'm working out there, but I need to get a big enough window to fit a Carrier Super Weathermaker in. And I want to make it to where I can close doors and change the size of the room accordingly. You're not gonna put it. You're not gonna fucking put
An
a
8,000
little
BTU
5,000
in it.
and put a 30 compared
Yeah.
to a 36 carrier. You're not gonna do it. So you want all the doors open for the carrier, all the doors shut for the little 5 or little 8.
And have everyone come over, bring your best unit in your opinion.
And do a face-off. You do a few tests. Energy usage, like what
Yep.
what it's drawing at max load.
130 degrees,
At max load, and what it's drawing when it reaches temp.
say 70.
When it reaches 70. So and then freaking do it on how fast it cools the room down and gets to 70.
'Cause wasn't it an hour or something, or hour or two? The Fredericks had to be. I remember reading this was how many?
It was 130 degrees. I had to have a certain X size room down to
like an hour and a half or
an hour and a half,
something.
like that. It should
It'd
not
be
take-
neat to replicate
With
that.
all honesty, dude, if a properly sized unit, a properly sized room, if it takes an hour and a half to get it down to 70 degrees, something's freaking wrong. Unless you're talking about cooling the freaking, like the cooling or like make it to where all the objects in there are the same. I can see that.
That's fair. You know, air temperature versus actual
Ambient
surface
temperature.
temperature. Sure, but it'd still be neat to do though.
Look, just out of curiosity.
You want cold? You want to know how cold it is? Just say yes, because it's that cold.
30s, 20s.
Lower than that, guaranteed. Lower than that.
Oh
Yeah. So, yeah.
That's the temperature of the evaporator. That's
I
not
wonder where the
temperature of
coil's dirty. Get it?
Yeah,
You wonder
coil's
where-
dirty up here.
Wonder where the coil's dirty.
Well, that's where your freaking hole for the air discharges. But the airflow is about equal. That's because they usually breathe heavier on top than they do on the bottom anyway, because of where the.
Mm-hmm.
And this thing was going to the freaking scrapyard. I got there days, dude.
If that.
Yeah, maybe even over. He said he's working on the weekend, so it might have even been gone tomorrow. Well, this makes up for my luck with that GE Super Thrust I missed by one day. Oh, I was upset about that. That pissed me off. But I drove by it the day before it was taken out and the day after it was taken out.
Mm-hmm.
Not the day of its removal.
Mm-hmm. Now, does it have the AJ shape?
It didn't on startup. No. Yo, listen to that.
Would you just listen?
You didn't listen to it. Would you listen to that? Spin down time's fantastic. Why am I whispering? Oh, so we can hear the refrigerator.
Will you just shut up?
You shut up. Bitch.
Hey, I think it's raining outside.
It is. It's raining.
What a shame.
I know. Kevin's probably having an eargasm at this part. That's spin down time though.
Oops, sorry, I bumped it.
It was pretty much done anyway. Look at the whole entire thing sweated. Well,
Here's a question.
I guarantee it's probably running hot because it already has molded plug disease as it is.
Hey, that's not bad.
What?
Very, very little chef play. That's surprising.
Dude, this is not even warm.
I'm telling you, if we had it 75 in here, I bet it'd change. It's cold in here still. And it's on constant. I'm not saying that, yeah, but... I'm telling you, we put
Well, the
gauge...
panel's also right there, so it's not a long run.
That's true, too.
It's run off a 100 amp sub panel.
And it's not a 100-year-old plug on the wall, either.
True.
That might as well be 100 years old, but...
It'll need a new cord. But
Hey, I dare you to lick it.
no.
Won't do it.
No, it's freaking nasty.
Okay, and?
You don't know what the hell was on that freaking plug. So this definitely did get wet at one point, but I wonder why though. I mean, this is a little beat up here, but it's still solid.
Well, does this have the funky sheet metal piece that goes
you
over
know,
the drain?
it might have been back feeding. You know, it might have been draining through here. Or that freaking drain hole was freaking clogged up and it came in through here maybe. But yeah, I can. This will be a freaking 2-week fixer upper. And what I mean by 2 weeks is taking my time, make sure friggin' wire brush and everything, several coats of paint, sanding each part down, pulling the cooling system out, unwire, drawing the diagram, all that. But this is going to be the hard part. So I guarantee you already by looking at it, I can guarantee you that the hard part's going to be getting the bulkhead out. It's rusted pretty good. In fact, I think I'm going to
Just drill it.
get it started. I might be able to break it off. Not right. I'm not going to do it right away, but get the freaking thing saturated with some WD-40 in the meantime. Even right in here. 'Cause this is definitely, like I said, it's probably not. It might not even be this summer that I get to it. But this is definitely, without a doubt.
Till the one in the
Getting a
bedroom
f-
breaks down.
getting
He's
a
like, I gotta
full-
fucking clean this thing. Get it in there now.
Dude, this is ridiculous for a bedroom. Well, for my bedroom.
I mean, if an AK does what, 55 degrees in yours? I mean, well, then again, this might only do a few degrees better until it just turns into a block of ice.
Yeah, I mean, at this point, you're kind of pushing the unit's limitations.
I mean, it sucks what they did to the case, though.
Yeah, I'm a little bit disappointed in that, but at the same time, it's nothing that I can't bang back out.
I mean, I guess the positive is the rear grill's totally unmolested.
It is.
Both sides are actually unmolested. Like, they didn't grab it and pick it up by
The shield's in good shape, though it is very brittle. I'm actually going to take that shield off probably right now, actually, and put it in the spot before anything stupid happens. But yeah, how the hell do you like that, dude? My freaking right across the street from my childhood house. I've been looking at that thing my whole entire life, and here it is. I've never seen the inside of it before, so I had no idea. But I was going to say, what's going to really piss me off? If it's a freaking climate timer, I got to give it the freaking.
Listen, he didn't have to give it to me. I just take it without him even knowing.
So yeah, the only thing about these is these fender shields. A lot of them I see them broken off, so that means people think it look cool and people try to steal them. But all you have to do is fucking.
Too bad this
Can't
unit
get
wasn't
it.
the elusive 12,000 BTU deep chassis on 110.
It's out there.
I know, I have one.
But yeah, I actually thought that this was the metal shield because it's that freaking faded. So from the street you can't even see any red. All you see is a figure. It's actually warped too a little bit. But that's okay. It gives it some character.
Just like it's
So if you're driving past on Golden Ridge Drive toward Golden Gate Road, right in the corner house, up until between 1965 and 2025, you'd see this hanging out the overhang on the second floor. Where the hell is that freaking Sharpie at there? That's a red one, but the thing's red. There you go, I got freaking silver. Put 10K G Ridge. Not that it really matters, but I just like to know what unit it came from. Not that I've never seen one in this freaking poor condition. Like I said, that's just sun damage. Like I said, it wasn't over an overhang. It didn't have nothing protecting. It was just hanging out over the freaking overhang of the second floor.
I can't tell if it's the light in here. It looks like it's made like it was manufacturing. Like if you look at the side of the coil, it kind of does one of these. Like just like if you look at it from here, you can say at least, yeah. Look, I can fit my pinky in there.
Oh yeah, they're off. They're off.
But you can see, I mean, the coil looks
Oh, you know
factory,
what?
but it's just
That's from fact. It is
that's why I think it's
factory.
interesting that you see that how.
But no, I'd say this is a freaking winner.
You gotta move that.
Until the grill.
The grill's gonna fall off.
Shatters in a million pieces.
Then I'll feel bad inside, but laugh at him.
So this is its rare cousin.
Hey, I dare you to lick that stuff that's falling out of that.
No.
Come on.
I am not going to adjust the louvers for obvious reasons because that's what happened to that one. One of them is actually broken, but it's an extremely pretty rare variant actually. And to mine, up until recently, I thought that this was only available in the 14K and up models because everyone has ever surfaced, and there's only less than 5 of them that we know of.
Casio,
Casio's,
me.
yours,
yours.
this one, and this one. 4. We know of 4 of them.
Where's the fourth one? Me,
Right there.
you, Casio.
Right there.
Oh yeah, yeah, duh. This was counts as
Me?
4.
Yeah.
Math wasn't mathing.
4 of them. That's it. Obviously, there's hundreds of them out
Oh,
there,
for sure.
but
And it still has the grill,
does.
which the foam is somehow still good.
the mud
And it's
mud wasp filter
actually
nest on it.
look at that. It's actually
It's holding its own yet. Is that drywall dust?
probably,
Looks like it.
or is it that good dust that's really expensive?
Yeah, how about it? Wouldn't that be some shit? But yeah, folks, I've been looking at that thing. I even told the guy I bought it off. It's like, dude, I know I'm like kind of like geeking out on you right now, but I've seriously been eyeing this thing up for 30 years. So yeah, I'm absolutely ecstatic. This is a little bit beat up, but again, I can be a little bit more rougher now that it doesn't have a freaking badge on it. But again, nothing I can't.
Oh yeah, spread it open. Yeah, baby.
But the other thing I can do is I can install that flat piece of steel. I can cut one from work and freaking bolt it onto here like they're supposed to be. They took that brace off that's supposed to be. If that brace was on, that thing wouldn't have hardly taken any damage at all.
No.
You might have had a little bit of a issue there, but this is from them trying to get it out. What he didn't realize is if he would have pushed it back in and got it from here, it would have came right out.
Mm-hmm.
But he's a young guy. He didn't really know.
Like you said, at least it didn't already meet its demise in the dumpster. At
Days.
least. Well, at least it didn't get tossed in the dumpster where it's like,
Well,
well,
yeah,
that's
that-
wrote off then.
That and at least
Luck
like
was
I
on your
said,
side.
Yeah, at least the whole unit didn't get thrown out. Because a lot of times people will do that.
Mm-hmm.
That's like,
Dude, I had that not Emerson, Kenmore. That
happened
was
to-
Swiss cheese. They literally just went like this, boop,
Dude,
and
they-
it went.
Dude, they have that freaking little 5,000 BTU rare, well built freaking. I got
Oh, that's right.
a mint condition one up there, so I figured I'll have an extra compressor, extra fan motor, extra controls. But that thing's freaking busted. They kicked that out instead of just taking it out and setting it down.
Yeah, it's rare, but
Which I get.
Yeah,
I
you
kind
can't
of
fix
I
that.
kind of get why they did it. Like they're demoers, dude. All they're
They
trying to
don't
do is
care.
demo the house and do a quick flip.
Yeah.
I get it, but it still sucks. What the hell else? That freaking the feathers I had the gold mesh grill to. I got them before they took it out, and they thought we wanted it for scrap. So they kicked it. They said they kept kicking it until it finally freaking. That was a case and everything. They didn't even slid it out of the case. They kicked the shit out until the freaking whole window fucking frame kicked.
If you think about it, if that thing was installed pretty damn good, that's a mean kick.
yeah.
That's a mean kick right there.
Those original Levittown windows aren't really anything to write home about.
Oh, okay.
You could have freaking went like this enough times, and it probably would have freaking.
The whole wall would come down.
Especially if there was freaking water damage of any kind. Yeah, it wouldn't have. But it fell from a good 8 feet. I had the metal shield on. I have the shield for that unit is actually on that because I got the shield before I got the unit, and thank God I did because the rear louvers were all fucking foobarred. So I have the freaking. If I would have known any better, I probably would have taken the whole unit anyway because I had probably had an AJ in it. I'm sure because I had a freaking had the 15 amp 220 volt plug on it. 6 push buttons. I had an extra switch. I had all extra parts at the very least. And honestly, the chassis might not have been as bad as the freaking outside case was, but I'm sure it was. I'm just thinking.
I mean, I've messed with enough units that have been tweaked. It sucks to get them right because the fan always wants to hit, or you're
At that point,
always tweaking in the window. Like, come on, stop rattling.
At that point, you're probably better off just doing what I'm doing with this Emerson and just rebuilding the freaking base pan for it.
Yep.
At that point in time, seriously. But that's it. Like I said, as you can see, this thing was in direct sunlight for its whole entire life, which is honestly probably why it's in half as decent shape as it's actually in.
You can
It
see-
actually looks like. I mean, it definitely didn't have the window kit, but if you look right here, it looks like maybe at one point. I don't know. I doubt it, but who the?
I mean, that thing was. Do you know if it was in the window or the wall?
Wall.
That's a pretty thick wall if you think about it. I mean, for it to be the cutoff right here. all of that.
It did not stick out by much. I actually thought it was a shallow chassis. I did. But there used to be, these weren't as common as the Emerson Quiet Cool Dynamics were. In fact, I didn't even know this was a weather wheel when I saw it originally. I just thought it looked cool. It was long, 4 vents on the back with a cool looking shield looking thing. I thought it looked neat. I didn't know a weather wheel was a weather wheel until I found out when it got kicked out. I'm like that. I was suspect because I've seen them from the inside and I've seen them from the outside, but I haven't seen it the whole thing, both to put 2 and 2 together and realize, hey, that's it. I thought it was, but I wasn't sure. That confirmed it. But yeah, so I've been eyeing this up since before I even knew it was a weather wheel. Long time. Half its life.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, that would have been nice if the case didn't take as big of a beating as it did. But again,
Hey, if
it's
Christian
nothing that
can
can't
bring
be
around the one I
fixed.
got from the scrapyard that was truly mangled, and I was like, I kind of
Steve
felt
over,
bad
Steve
giving
over there's a metal worker, literally. I got dropped off to him, give him $50. He'll have it freaking cherry for me in a
$50.
couple
You gotta
days.
give him a little more than that. I mean, come on now.
He won't take it.
He's such a nice guy.
He is.
Well, I think it's wing time. How about you?
I agree.
Hey, it's
That's
chilly
some
in here.
wings.
And your shoes suck.
Huh?
Your shoes suck.
What do you mean? Oh, I like those shoes.
They're blown out.
Real French share shoes. That's a mean looking freaking rear grill though. But yeah, you squint, she's mint. But yeah, that's it, guys. Thanks for joining. Talk about nostalgia.
Mm-hmm. See you.